Hi everyone, Melissa Tara here. So I'll be talking a little bit about the assignment, and here are some of my observations from the counseling sessions videos on Chapter 9 with Counselor Wayne Powell and client Sarah, and Dr. Michael Takis with client Mariah. Though they both had some different approachment styles, interactions with their clients, they were mostly similar in the following ways. First, I noticed that the office atmosphere was very welcoming and relaxing, which is consistent with Dr. Lee's recommendations from the Chapter 8 video, and that is usually the scenery of most counseling sessions that I'm aware of. The both had the solid 6 core counseling skills as identified on page 359. Both can be observed demonstrating the solar posturing model by Egan on page 354. Some differences I noticed with the interactions was Counselor Wayne demonstrated longer periods of active listening skills and appeared to be more aligned with the Huff model on page 355. He allowed more of the client sharing with minimum direction and more keyword validation than paraphrasing. Both counselors were really good at having the goals oriented with them. Dr. Takis, he appeared to have more of more observed as having the skilled helper model by Egan on page 354. In addition, he also appeared to have the advanced counseling skills, as I noticed it was a challenging moment within the session with Mariah that he kind of helped Mariah recognize a discrepancy in one of her goals. I feel like I can identify a little more with Dr. Takis' style because he just seemed to be more of engaging and genuine and natural. So I felt like Wayne was more of that classic counselor, what you see on TV, kind of like tell me more, like just kind of classic, where I felt Dr. Takis was a little more natural. And I guess I have to look at my own bias of what I would prefer in a client chair, and that would be who I would prefer. Some other additional observations I think worth noting is that there was not a disclosure of the number of sessions that they were in. For example, were they in the first, fifth, 10th, last? I think that's important information that was omitted. So that would be some of my questions. I can't fully assess to disagree or agree. For example, if it's assumed that the biopsychosocial was assessed and completed prior, so the goals could be set, and are they being met? For me personally, I need to see a little more history so I can see if the present, look at it more in a holistic approach. The other thing I think is worth noting is that those counseling technique styles kind of work with those clients because they appear to be coherent, cognizant, kind of an average intelligence, willing to engage with the counselor. So, we gotta look at again, the number of sessions in the history. So we can assume that they've already established a therapeutic relationship with appropriate boundaries under the empathy umbrella, as stated on page 369. Thank you so much. Sorry I went over time. Have a good night.